Hey everyone, this is Tappers here again, and welcome to probably the final part or two of I Want to Beat the Super Mario RPG. No, it's Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars, but you kind of already knew that. So when we last left off, we defeated the super final ultimate boss of optionalness with Culex and his 4 douchebag crystals, which I don't even know if you can call inanimate objects douchebags, but that's besides the point. So, pretty much we've got everything that we need to fight Smithy, and yeah, we're just gonna head right in by pushing a switch and waiting 1,000 years to see what goes on. And this claw is just gonna drop a drill bit on some platform, and it's gonna jam up the entire factory, everything will self-destruct, and everybody will die. But no, that's not exactly what's gonna happen. This crane's gonna grab us, and it wants to send us down the incinerator, but we're just gonna come from where the tools of significance come from. And it's Santa Claus. Oh no, it's Santa Claus in hell. I don't know. Alright, finish your chores. Factory, alright, how about a little demonstration? And he just pounds the floor, and we feel it to great significance. So, yeah, we get to persuade Smithy into giving over, or having him hand over his star. Go fa ha ha? What sort of laugh is that? But everybody has their say, especially Bowser. Basically, he says hand it over. He actually puts the star ahead of, well, his castle, but it doesn't really matter. And of course, Peach decides to cry and all that into having him get a harumph. Sorry about that, but harumph is always a great retort and all that. Create a world filled with weapons of mass destruction. And also that smelter is just gushing out a bunch of lava that's doing absolutely nothing. Kind of with the unamused look on its face. Ugh. I'll crush you all! And he crushes us with his hammer, or with his gavel, because he's a judge, and we get to fight Smithy, the final boss, and Smelter, who doesn't even matter. But Smithy is kind of a interesting fight, and it's got awesome kick-ass theme, and he also uses his judge hammer to crush us all. Also, I think he has like, was it 1,600 HP, which is not all that much, but oh, he has like 2,000. Not bad. Yeah, not bad for a final boss, I guess. But basically, there's 2 ways you can approach this fight. You can either just wail on Smithy, end the fight right there, or you can take out Smelter, who makes a ton of weapons, and they can pose a problem if you let them do whatever they want, because they make these green machine maids, or maybe they're gray, I don't really remember. But pretty much all Smelter do, okay, yeah, they're Shipers. And you could take them out if you want, but actually, you know what, I'm going to show off Psych Bomb just for the hell of it, because I've never shown it. So you just basically tap Y repeatedly, and it may or may not do good damage. Yeah, it's absolutely terrible. Oh yeah, they can use Sword Rain, which is a pretty awful attack, because it does about the same amount of damage as Smite, I think it was? Or no, Sledge. Yeah, it's a sledgehammer, or it's a judge's hammer, and okay, he's actually using this quite a bit, and I really should heal. I'm gonna use HP Rain, because if I'm unlucky, Mario could die in the next hit if he's targeted. Plus, Peach doesn't really heal for all that much. And considering she doesn't heal that much because she's got the lazy shell, because, well, I at least want to be safe with the amount of pick-me-ups I have and all that good stuff, because Peach is pretty much designated healer for this fight, and I guess Mallow sorta is going to use his magic to somewhat good use, and I wasn't even paying attention. I don't know what's wrong with me. But I guess a reason you would take out Smelter is just to make sure they can't make any more of these Shipers. But guess I could at least just use a star egg and spend like, what, 10, 15 minutes watching this strange animation with the bird that just randomly flies by. But 100 damage is 100 damage, so there's that. And excuse me while I take a drink of water. As you can see, I'm probably not coughing as much as I had before, and Smithy is using sludge a lot. I don't really know why. I guess I could use Star Rain, but I'm opting not to because I want to keep as much flower points as I can, because, spoiler alert, this is not the last fight. I mean, it's technically part of the last fight, but not really. As far as I know, these Shipers only use Sword Rain, and okay, he's not going to use it again, but I should be fine as long as hopefully I end it in this round, because Mario's doing some pretty good damage. He does like 200. Oh, okay. Smithy does have other moves besides what was it, Sludge? How much does Sonic Symbols do? 78. That's kind of crappy, but this is not really a difficult fight. I mean, it is a bit long, but it's nothing too bad, especially, I mean, basically the way you usually want to approach this fight in a speedrun is, what was the move again? Oh yeah, super jump with attack, power suit, and wow, that did almost 300 damage, and Mario just barely survived that. Yeah, let's use HP Rain, because if he can get over 100 HP currently, that's actually really good, especially since HP Rain actually does much more than what's it called? Oh my god, Peach actually defeated Smithy with the frying pan. Peach is so OP. And yeah, this phase is over, and you get arrows and drill bits kind of retorting that he looks like a geyser. Don't get worked up. Think of our blood pressure. Yeah, definitely think of the blood pressure, because you can see, I mean, he looks like a volcano when you see the smoke coming out of his crown up top, and that Shiper didn't even have anything to say in his first text box. So stop shaking the floor! How utterly annoying! I didn't even know what he was gonna say, and yet I somehow predicted it because I'm psychic. And Smithy, being a complete moron, just destroys the floor, and so long, Smelter, we hardly knew ye. I mean, you can... Well, actually, no, wait. You don't get experience after this, because this is the end game. No! Oh, God. And he has nothing else to say. Oh, I'm burning. Seizing! Never have been so wrong. That does sound wrong the way that's probably said. It is time. I will show you my real form. I will show you my true power. Well, your real form and your true power is the same thing. I will teach you respect. I shall have my revenge. As we look at the creepy faces in this junkyard graveyard. And hey, it's Smithy 300.0, because look at all, I mean, it totally doesn't resemble all those other skull creepy ass faces. Come on, you puny ants. So we get to fight Smithy, the real Smithy, which is both his body and his head. This fight the head has 8,000 HP and the body has 1,000 HP as far as I know. Keep attacking the head, because this is going to be a long fight. And one thing to note is there's 5 different heads, and this is the one you'll see usually to start, the cannon head. And as far as I know, I think it's weak to lightning. And yeah, 400 HP, yikes. But this is all the forms are dangerous, because this one can shoot bullet bills, which do 69 damage. Awesome. Every head except the regular one has a weakness, and he just counterattacked, but it didn't really do anything. I'm going to go ahead and use Shocker with Mallow. I'm not going to worry about healing him because, well, that's Peach's job, and I mean, why wouldn't I want to do 400 free damage when you have all the other forms to consider? And I didn't time that right. Also, one thing to be aware, as far as I know, this is the only attack he uses is bullet bills, although he has an attack called Magnum, which is an instant kill, assuming you don't have death immunity. Also, he... Okay, I survived that. I was thinking he had only 300 or 30-something health, but... Also, the body only does physical attack like that, where he shoots this squeeze pellet gun thing. I don't even know what the heck that is, but okay, he's gonna use Magnum on Peach, which is gonna do absolute... Oh wait, she's not immune to death. Oh, what am I thinking? Yeah, Mario may as well use a pick-me-up because, well, I guess she wasn't death immune, but whatever. Okay, the wizard form is definitely a form you'll love because, well, I mean, it's immune to... okay, while I use the royal syrup, he's immune to most magic, and I got a freebie, awesome. So you can actually do very good damage with physical attacks. I mean, look at Peach, she did 100 something. Oh, and it uses Meteor Swarm, which is really deadly. I mean, look at that, Mario just got his ass kicked. And, what do I want to do? Okay, I have 5 pick-me-ups. Okay, I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna probably regret this, but I may as well. And thinking about it now, oh, actually, wait a minute. I should use items with Mallow because he has the Jinx belt equipped. No, he has Quartz Charm. Oh, he also uses Sword Rain, which I think is gonna kill. Jesus. Now, I was saying, physical attacks, he's kind of a squishy wizard, kind of like the Magic Koopa, so that's always good. And he just... Okay, so he was the wizard form, he transformed back, and then he transformed back. I guess that's how it works. But you want to use rock candies if you have the Quartz Charm equipped, because it will do 300 damage. That is pretty incredible. I'm going to use a Kurokola because if he uses Meteor Swarm, he's going to kill probably Mallow and Mario. Okay, he uses Spear Rain, which is pitchforks, and it may as well be... God damn, that hurt. But yeah, if it's not obvious, it's using very powerful attacks, and that's kind of why I'm using them to begin with. I mean, you may as well like unload everything because, well, unless there's like a secret bonus fight that somehow happens, kind of like in the latest Pokemon games where it's like, surprise, you get to fight this guy for no reason, even though like it's absolutely nothing. And I think that's gonna almost kill Mario. I think he'll be at 14 HP. But yeah, as far as I know, I think each of the heads have at least some sort of psychopath, but they all have the same combined 8,000 HP health or whatever. Yeah, and this form is the safe form, or I don't even know what to call it, but it takes like almost no damage from like anything. It's basically the wall form of this fight, and I got freebie, which is awesome. As far as I know, I think this part is weak to ice, I want to say, and 192 damage is not bad for Lazy Shell and all that. I'm gonna try Snowy and see if it does decent damage, because I'm pretty sure it'll do more than the Sonic symbols, though it won't do more than, well, Rock Candy, obviously. Yeah, that's okay. Ugh, can't move. Basically, that means, and it uses Shredder, which is kind of a jerk move, but I have red essences if I need to use them, but I'm not going to use them, so yeah. Yeah, for Peach, I'm just going to have her use Star Egg since, well, if she doesn't need to heal, if she doesn't need to heal flower points and all that, she may as well do that. It's also a good opportunity for me to drink some water. But when you do enough damage and he has that text box, it means his body can't move, and that's one less attack you have to worry about. Not that it's particularly threatening unless it somehow kills you. But, yeah. I'm just gonna use Snowy because I want to save the rock candies if his body comes back. I mean, Yeah, I'm doing like 150 less when I'm not using the rock candy. Or okay, that did 100. Oh, and it also has recovery spells, which kind of suck, but what can you do about that? Actually, thinking about it now, I have Power Blast, which I may as well use. I mean, if I can do some extra damage and attack up in all capital letters, which I don't think it did with the bracer or anything like that. It only did 130 damage. Okay, is it going to turn back into safe? Oh, no, this is his last head, which is the chest form. And this, as far as I know, is weak to fire somehow, even though it represents, well, the chest monsters. And the thing you want to be aware of this one is it'll use a slot kind of status effect for it, which basically means it can do poison, mute, mushroom, probably scarecrow. I don't know if it does anything else. It might have star rain, but I'm not entirely sure about that. But as I said, it's weak to fire, so that basically means it's full circle. Oh wait, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I never did mention what the wizard is weak to. I think it's supposed to be weak to jump, but it's a squishy wizard, so it's like there's almost no point. I mean, you're better off doing physical attacks. Jesus, that did 130 something? I thought the other one did not as much. Might as well use a mushroom, since may as well keep everybody at full health. And to my knowledge, I think I've only had one character faint in this fight. I don't know why faint. I'm not sure why I'm thinking Pokemon. I mean, I usually should say, I'm burning with power. And that basically means that his body can be attacked again, but I'm not worried about that when I can just shock him for sort of failure. Actually, 320 is not bad, since I think charged up it only does like 80 more, but that's kind of besides the point. And I should use a Psychopath to see how much HP he has left, but I don't really see much of a point, because if I'm lucky, I might actually complete this segment in like under 20 minutes. In fact, I could probably go through the credits in that amount of time. If not, I'll just cut this segment in half and just roll with it. I mean, barring the power going out or something like that, this fight shouldn't actually take much longer. Okay, Magnum actually did a lot of damage, even though I have, what's it called? The Lazy Shell equipped. Oh, okay, it's gonna use the safe form, but that's fine because I still have a rock candy left, and I don't even think that was a freebie, but if I can get another freebie, that would be awesome. Come on. Ow. Well, I can at least use a star egg as well, since, well, I'm not tired of using it, and like I said, it gives me a drink break. $150 damage. Okay, that's a lot more than I thought. I mean, she's not... Oh, wait. Everyone's power boosted. That's right. And it doesn't really affect Mallow any, because he just kind of already has the Quartz Charm, and it just pretty much does... Actually, I should have just used Snowy instead of waste precious time. I don't even know. But I think I'm like 1 minute... Oh, okay, it's going to use Shredder, which I think is going to kill off the power boost, but I don't think that really matters, because... Yeah. It's not really... I mean, the safe form doesn't really do any noteworthy damage. Okay, this is awesome. I have the Squishy Wizard. Squishy Wizard? Okay, that's great. What other... Okay, it has Spear Rain. You know, now, the funny thing in the past is I always thought this boss had something called Plunger Rain. Don't ask how I thought it had an attack like that. It's kind of creepy now that you think about it. And oh, it has Dark Star. I kind of forgot that. But if it attacks... Okay. Peach, I wasn't sure if she would actually... I can't talk well. But, okay, and Mario kills him off, and yeah, I actually beat him in under 20 minutes, both forms. I'm finished, done for, and that face is so creepy. I mean, look at it. It's a face within a face of a cloak on a body. I mean, it's Kefka. I don't know. Well, because it's square, and there's a connection, people. But that's not important because we just skip right to... Oh, okay. There was actually some dialogue. Send the last one way up high. Okay, that was kind of an awkward dialogue there. But yeah, this is pretty much the end of the game because we've got the 7th star, and it is the 7 stars because that's the title drop, and we get to watch it kind of move up high and start to twinkle, and we finally grab it, and nobody is cheering in the background. I mean, Bowser doesn't really have any emotion or anything like that, but that is the final star. No more Smithy, no more Smithy gang, and what is going to happen now that we have all 7 stars? Is the world going to end? Oh no, it's a seizure of stars, and they just drop off the face of the status screen, but now it's Geno's turn. Thank you, everyone. Star Road is back to normal, but we don't actually get to see it because it's just a, well, Star Road from Yoshi's, or no, not Yoshi's Island. Well, Yoshi's Island within Super Mario World, but, and we get to watch them spin around with some trippy colors, and it's making me think of some sherbet ice cream, though I don't know of any grape flavor, but mint lime or something like that sounds really good right now. And we get to spin forever, and eventually Geno gets engulfed in some strange looking lights. And several years later, with a white screen, he has achieved enlightenment in the form of him turning back into a doll. And Mario has a very different sprite. I actually never noticed that. It's kind of a curious looking sprite. And a tiny star comes out of him. And Bowser is cheering for some reason, or he's really upset because he wants him to get out of his castle, along with Smithy's garbage dump heap and all that stuff, which is pretty much lifeless now. Not that he had any life left to him. But hey, actually, now that we think about it, that's Twink. Spoiler alert: this is the prequel to Paper Mario. Actually, no, that's a complete lie. But considering some of the later games, well, those may as well be the star spirits. I mean, the middle spirit may as well be Eldstar, except you get him first, and I don't even know where I'm going with this, but so all the stars go back to Star Road, I guess, but that's not all. Oh no, the sword is disappearing. Whatever will Smithy do? Or no, wait, we don't care about that. Bright blue skies, it's no longer hell or anything like that, or anything that resembles hell. But that's pretty much the end of the game. But now we have some pretty cool credits, so we can kind of talk about that. This is kind of an interesting scene where you get to see what happens on like 7 different areas of the world. You get to see Mallow, he becomes a prince with a pretty nifty cape, and he's crying, or he's so happy, I don't know. And that guy is kind of rude leaving the audience and all that. Green Star is none other than Bowser. He's actually doing manual labor, and that Shy Guy is slacking off. And Bowser notices it, and he's gonna chew him a new asshole, I don't know. And we get the Orange Star, which is gonna be in Moleville Mines, almost for certain. Or it's going to be Jonathan Jones. It's kind of a little disappointing that the stars don't exactly resemble the area of location. I mean, Bowser, you would think probably would be the last star, but I think they would consider that a little more important later. And they have this one where Yoshi finally achieves a win against... Oh wait, no, he can't beat Boshi, but he can beat Krocko, and uh-oh. They're up to really terrible things because, well, we still can't beat them, so we're clearly doomed to a future of Boshi's. I don't know. And then we get this scene where it's like, I can't tell if there's toads or if those tadpoles, and they sing a choir, and you also see the Frog Coin Frog in the background, still reading to his heart's content. The red star, I think, is probably one of my favorites because Birdo has a purpose in life, and that is the pasture and all that. And you get to see Sniffits 1 through 8, and Birdo is forever alone. Or that actually isn't a bad thing. That might be a good thing. And then the last star, I think, is, yeah, Mario and Peach get married, or they pretty much thank you so much for playing that game. And I totally butchered that. And no, actually Mario winks and then he says it. But that's not it. Yeah, I mean, we're still going with this, and hopefully I can fit this all in maybe one video. Otherwise, well, all well. I want to say this is like 32 parts off the top of my head, but I think this has been like a year going at this, but we've finally done it. We've completed this Let's Play of Super Mario RPG The Legend of the Seven Stars, so we get to treat you all to a pretty cool ending sequence, although I actually think Paper Mario's is a little better, but we get to see pretty much all the characters that matter in this game, I think, where you get to see the awesome cab driver that doesn't look like Luigi with that bus hat, and I guess Frogfucius, and his tadpoles are sort of floating. No, actually they have feet. And then of course, okay, so they did, I would have thought they would have showed the moles and the star pieces or something like that, but they just kind of show giant Mazubomb, which you actually you can fight in this game, but I didn't actually get to fight against the Magic Koopa, because I never did mention that there's several different things you can fight if it makes clones. Also, you get to see Krocko and a bandit sabotage Bowser's castle. Or no, they looted it. I thought they stuck some bombs in there and then just explodifies, and Birdo has superhuman strength if he's carrying a giant chapel on top of his head. And oh yeah, Valentina and Booster got married. And one thing I never did show. Oh, and wow, she punched him or slapped him. I don't know. And then of course the debt collector train with Booster actually only has one car. I'm kind of disappointed. Oh yeah, I was going to mention about the Magic Koopa fight where there's at least three different enemies you get to fight. You can either fight one of those Bahamets, a Jinx clone as you saw, or Mazubomb, which I think explodes after a while if you don't do enough damage, but it doesn't really matter, so I'm not even going to show it off. And we get a bunch of chase sequences where I guess Beetles are chasing Bowser. I guess he's allergic to them. Not as much as being allergic. No, he loves eggs. And oh yeah, we got the Shysters, and they're awesome moves that they can make. Except that guy, the second guy, who's just bouncing straight up and down. That's kind of lame. I mean, I like the guys that are doing the front and back flips, but we also get Mac, Bowyer, and Yardavit, and they get pounded and they die, but except they don't. They get flattened half their size and just speed up rapidly. I think the one thing I'm really disappointed about these credits is that they don't show the Axum Rangers. I gotta be careful, I'm starting to feel my throat tickle again, but that's kind of a good segue because we get the light show with Jonathan Jones, and it's a good thing they're not under the sea because I think that would pretty much electrify them incredibly terribly. And also these toads are kind of cool because they got illuminated hats and all that. Oh my god, it's Illuminati. No, I'll shut up. I don't get that joke and I don't care. But so I'm not sure how much is left of these credits, but oh yeah, actually before I mention like future plans, there is something I was going to mention if I hadn't already. If you came into the final battle with some fireworks, the ending would change a little bit. If you have no fireworks, I think they show off some just standard mushrooms or something like that. But if you have like 2 or 3 or up to 5, you can get a fire flower or a star. I don't know if it's an addition or if it changes it all to... however many fireworks you have that correspond with it. Also, I think that's a Chancellor, but I can't tell because it almost looks like he's wearing a backpack, but that's kind of besides the point. And I think this would be the part where Mario says, "Thank you so much for playing my game." So, I guess really quickly I should mention what my future plans for the channel will be whenever I even get to them. So, at one point, I was getting into back into the perfect runs for the Classic series, and most notably the Fortress stages, which I actually did do a Fortress stage for one of the games. I'm not going to say which one it was, but then I never really got too much further. If anything, I should be getting to Mega Man 7 because I really want to do that one. Of course, I'm going to do commentary. I mean, there's absolutely no doubt about it. Oh yeah, this is the fireworks show, but I mean, these look lame right now, but they get better like right about now, I think. No, actually, they have to go further up into the sky. No, they actually have to fade to black before they even show off the best part. Okay, yeah, here it is. So, yeah, you get standard mushroom if you have 0 or I think 1. And then if you have like 2 or 3, get the fire flower. Or, no, I think you get more fireworks maybe if you have more fireworks, obviously. But, I mean, it's sort of a low budget at the end. But, I mean, it's a solid parade. And also, if you look at the star closely, it almost kind of reminds me of Yoshi's Story. The end. Duh. So, yeah. That's pretty much it for this Let's Play. So, I was going to mention my plans as far as like what I might be doing after this. The next LP I'll be doing, hopefully, I plan on... Oh, we also get some classic Mario music remix, sort of, in a lullaby sense. I intend to try and do... Well, actually, no, I don't want to say I try, because I actually have recorded parts of a certain Mega Man game that I will hopefully release, but it all depends on if my friend Cheese wants to do co-commentary. I mean, he said he wants to, but we haven't gotten a chance to meet up or anything, because I think he's busy with school or something, and of course I'm busy with work, but it kind of goes like that. But the next LP we're planning on doing is Mega Man Battle Network 1. So that's something to look forward to. Hopefully, maybe 10 years from now. Actually, no, I don't think it would take that long. But yeah, it would be co-post commentary. I mean, I don't know how else we do it because I mean I already have parts recorded, but just something I wanted to throw out there if you wanted to look forward to it. So I think this is the part where I kind of called an end. So this has been Tapras, and thank you so much for watching this LP. See ya!